In this video, we are going to discuss a very common question because from very young age we see our elders, our teachers, our parents many times suggesting us to take or to read something out of our syllabus, and that is something in the sense novels and all. So the point rises. Obviously, book reading has a lot of benefits. Like personality development, it will help your vocab, it will help your way of thinking, it will broaden your imagination. And as once Einstein said, that knowledge, Einstein once said that imagination is far more important than knowledge, because as per him, imagination is something which encircles the world and knowledge is just limited. So that is something here, that was Einstein's point of view, and that is something in which in building up imagination, because when you are reading something, you are at the same moment your mind is working, your mind is just doing something, you're doing calculating or making imaginations or animations type something of what you are reading. So in that case, your imagination power improves a lot if you are reading books on regular basis. There are a lot of benefits. I even cannot mention all of them at this moment, but basically I will be moving on how we can inculcate, because we know reading is a very good habit, very amazing habit. Once you get into that habit, then you will realize its potential, its large number of benefits, and you will be thanking me if because of me you are getting in this habit, or because following my way you can, if you are getting, then you will be thanking me after a few months. I'm pretty sure of that. Moving on, here I am going to discuss how I came into habit of reading books, and I really thank my sister who helped me in this, and sometimes my teachers also, who rarely used to suggest some novels or something outside the syllabus. Okay, and that was quite emotional way of something. Here, moving on without wasting much time, let us move to how we can inculcate habit of reading. That is the question. Okay, I will try to answer this question in this video. Moving on, I will say mostly what happens is that people start take under motivation or something like that, and they take a book, and after they take a book, not knowing what is their interest, they take something like that, something famous book, and they can take Dan Brown's Da Vinci Code or something like that. They just take this book without realizing what is there, without realizing the level of its vocab and all. Because once if you take a hard book, then most of the time you see that on every other line you are getting struck at the words, because your vocab is not that much to love without reading. And because simply because you can see dictionary is not something you can make up all the words. Most of the competitive exam students do that, you try to do that, but that is a very unsuccessful attempt to broaden your vocab. And the best way to broaden your vocab is to read books. That is a very simple way, that is an amazing way. Okay, so that's the point. The point is simply, so you will be seeing that you are wasting more time, you are looking more for more time, you are looking into the dictionary than into novel itself. And after reading 20-30 pages, you will feel you are losing interest, because you are not help you are not having, you are not getting able to maintain the flow. You are reading 2 pages in an hour, so that becomes very desperating, and after a little more struggle, people usually drop the idea of reading books. That is something I will say they lost a lot at that moment only. Here, my way was different. I will advise you to start with the fiction. Fiction is also by some author. In case of Indian authors, in English language, I will suggest you Chetan Bhagat or Khuswant Singh or Sudhamurthy or Ruskin Bond or Paulo Coelho. There are a lot of authors are there home, because I also read when I was 9th or 10th class. I read their works initially, and that moment I realized their vocab is not so much, and rarely you will find one or two words in a whole page, which you will need to look for in dictionary. And that is something. Beside that, while choosing fiction book also, you just be aware of that, what is your interest, what is your the genre of which you are you are taking the novel or book. That genre must be of your interest. That is something. If you are interested in romantic novels, I am not, basically I'm not in those novels. Okay, if you are interested in such type of novels, then you can move to them. Also, if you are interested in novels based on World War or history or Hitler or something, Stalin something like that, then you can put their novels, because on every topic 1,000 novels are written, you will see. And that is why, if you, that is I'm only suggesting you take up the fiction. The first one to take up a fiction, because fictions have no normally nothing but is long stories with a single protagonist, whole thing roaming around the single protagonist only. Then the first point was to take up the fiction. The fiction must be of your interest. and read such type of fictions in that way, in that sequence. Read 5 to at least 5. I will suggest you to read to 10 to 15, and then you can switch to non-fiction. Non-fictions are the books which are usually read by, if you once get experience, if you once get into a reading habit, then you can switch to non-fictions also. And that was my way. Now coming to here, before bidding you farewell, I will only say you, I will also advise you some books which I read. You can take up the first. I'm going to suggest you as the Question and Answer by Vikas Swarup, on which Slumdog Millionaire. It is an Oscar-winning movie from Bollywood, from India, and that is based. Beside that, you can take Life of Pi. May most probably you have already watched the movie, but still you will really enjoy the novel. Then you can take Chetan Bhagat's. A lot of novels are there. You surely enjoyed Three Idiots. That is based on 5.7. I'm suggesting you take that novel because you will understand that better. Okay, and there are a lot of novels. Even you will see all the our favorite James Bond, even Captain Jack Sparrow, all the Game of Thrones also. All these series we see, these are based on novels only. These are usually carved out from novels only. So that is why you just switch to the novels. You will feel better. You will feel more knowledgeable than doing some shortcut like watching movies and all. And that was my point of view. And please comment if you really that help you. And by the way, I will say only bye bye. And that is, reading is, again I am repeating, reading is a really an amazing habit, and that was my way of getting into reading habit. I will also suggest some other novels based on different genres on some other day. At this moment, because the length of the video will will become too lengthy, I cannot explain all things in this video only. So that was a restriction or something like that, you can say. And that's the point. And I'm here. I will say bye bye.